Hey, everybody. Today, we have the honor of speaking with an incredible leader in the business world who is a very dear friend of mine as well and a mentor to me, Mike Maravale. Come on. Woo! All right. So not only is he the chief financial officer of In-N-Out Burger, which we all love, but he is a family man. Mike, how are you doing today?
I'm doing amazing, and it's great to be here with you. Hopefully, we can have some fun and learn something today.
Let's do it. All right. So thanks for joining us. So we got 4 questions for you today. And I just hope that whoever is listening to this can learn from what Mike has to teach us today. All right. So you are a chief financial officer, Mike. So how does your job deal with finances? What do you do as a chief financial officer?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Sometimes I wonder the same, what I do all day. But my responsibilities from a finance standpoint is to manage all the money for the organization. We have to do accounting to keep our books. We have to do our banking, making sure that the money that we're taking in from our great customers is managed well, and that we're good stewards of that for those, for our owner and the shareholder in our business, and also for all of the associates that we have working at the business, so to make sure that we remain a healthy financial organization so we can sustain ourselves into the future.
That's awesome. So what would you say is your best advice for high schoolers? All right. So there's high schoolers who are listening to this podcast. What is your best financial advice for them?
Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's one of those things that's real, it's simple, but difficult to do. And if I had to sum up like the safest way to manage your financial situation is to spend less than you make. And, like I said, it's a pretty simple thing. But it's really powerful if you can put it into practice. And what that generally requires is having a budget, understanding how much money you're actually bringing in, whether, if it's every paycheck or every month or however that organizes for your life. And then looking at what kind of money you need to live off of, and managing yourself such that you can have extra money left over for, things like a rainy day, or to be generous in caring and giving to others.
Good stuff. So as you know, the reason why we're having you on today is to really inspire students to maybe think about or consider taking this winter break finance course that we have rolling out. And you've seen the topics that are involved. So my third question to you is why should students even consider learning more about finances, even while they're in high school and they're somewhat still pretty young?
Yeah. I mean, I would say, it's never too early to start. It's such an important skill that you will use for the rest of your life. I always thought back to my education and wondered why there weren't more life skills like this one. And we've spoken about that before, like this one taught at younger ages, whether that's in high school or in college, to really help people prepare for life. And I just think it's such a foundational thing. If you get this area of your life right, it really opens yourself up to, frankly, have a more peaceful existence, a lot less stress in your life, and also to have success in the future and have a lot of fun when you're not worried about this necessarily, or you're not worried about digging yourself out of a hole that can be created if you start in the wrong place.
Wow, thank you. Last question here: how can high schoolers best prepare themselves for financial future success?
Yeah. I think, to me, it goes back to the first thing I said, is to always try to spend less than you make. I know that's really hard when you're in high school and even in college, but I think just having that understanding that, the avoidance of debt and credit cards is just sets you up on the right foot. And I know that, student debt might be a different thing, but trying to avoid that as much as possible really sets you up for success later in life. And, I would say, particularly when you start a career, to start saving for retirement at a young age. There's this concept that I know you're going to go through in your course about the time value of money and how compounding interest helps you out over time. And the best way to do that is to start, right when you get your first job, is to start saving and putting money into retirement accounts. That really can build up over time.
Wow. So we got 2 bonus questions. This is off the script right here. But number 1, what's your In-N-Out order? What do you like to order at In-N-Out? Come on.
Yeah, I'm pretty simple. I do a double meat, and I do spread, pickles, and chopped chilies only.
Oh, that sounds
good. Once in a while, I'll add some grilled onions, but that's on a special occasion.
Yeah. Wow. And hey, one more bonus question. So you are a family man. even though you have a big career, you are a family man. And even like as we were prepping for this, you brought up your wife and you brought up your kids. So what would you want to say to them if they're watching this?
Yeah, man, I just appreciate the opportunity. I have a wonderful wife, Amy. We'll be 20 years next year. So super excited about hitting that mark. And we have three wonderful kids. Mia, who's going to be 16 next summer. She's at Beckman. She's a great young girl. And Andrew, who's in 7th grade, he'll be going to Beckman as well in a couple of years. And I got a little mini me, Luke, who's 8 and in 3rd grade. And I just got a wonderful family and super blessed to have them. People will realize as you get older and you have success in life, you don't do that on your own. There's people that help you along the way, and my family's just been a huge part of what I've accomplished, what we've been able to accomplish as a family. Just super, super proud.
Mike, from all of us to you, thanks for your time. Thanks for who you are. And just thanks for just taking time out of your day to encourage our students to learn more about finances and to share your story. All right. Have a good one. And we'll talk. All right.
Talk to you later.
Take care. Bye.